Hey everyone, thanks for learning to play games. My name is Lance, and today I'm looking at a brand new game coming to Kickstarter called Skeptics. This is a new one by Usiak Games. It is a 1 to 4 player game that takes roughly 1 to 2 hours to play, and is a fully cooperative game where all the players are working together to defeat the game itself. In this video, I'll be playing through the game, showing you the first, middle, and end few turns to show you how the game plays and progresses to help you decide whether or not this is one you want to back on Kickstarter. If you're interested in just checking out an overview, I'll have a link up in the top corner to that video where I just cover the main features of the game and show you a sample turn to give you a basic idea of how the game plays. Both of these videos are also shot in Tabletopia, as there won't be any physical copies that I had to work with for a prototype, so let me know in the comments below, as this is the first couple videos doing this, what you think of these, if you like these, if you found these helpful, if there's other things that I can include to make these more beneficial. I love hearing from you, so let me know in those comments below. And as always, if you find these videos helpful, if you like what I do, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing to my channel. It's one of the easiest ways you can support channels like mine so we can continue to grow and produce this content. If you want to stay updated on all my videos, also consider ringing that bell so you get notifications anytime I release new videos. So let's head to the table and we'll see how this one plays. The last thing I want to mention before moving into the game is that all the materials you see here are prototype materials and are subject to change. It will look a lot better in the final production copy. Even though this one is featured on Tabletopia, these are still prototype materials used. So moving into the game, I went ahead and set up for a 3 investigator game, and I'm going to go ahead and have my red investigator go first. So during each investigator's turn, they can perform 3 actions from a list of different actions. These include searching, moving around the asylum, and a number of other features that I'll show you throughout the game. So let's go ahead and get into it. And so my first investigator is going to go ahead and perform a move action. So she's going to move up 1 space into this section here. And then she's going to do her second action, which is to search. In order to do that, she's going to roll 3 blue dice, and she's trying to get the icons on those dice shown on this search section. So she just needs 1 eye to come up. So we're going to go ahead and roll. And we did get an eye, so we did solve it. So we're going to go ahead and reveal this search and see what we get. It is a clue. So anytime we get a clue, we're going to go ahead and replace that with a clue token. So let me do that. We're going to go ahead and move this off the board, as we don't need this anymore. And then we're going to come up here to the first clue. We'll drop a typewriter in that section. And we'll just go ahead and cover up that other icon because we won't need that anymore. And then we'll flip over this first clue card. So this one is, while you are searching, you hear a click, a faint sound of a timer that can be heard in your proximity. Time seems to move faster. So we have to solve the following to reveal ghostly evidence. So with this one, as you can see, there is a clock here. So with this one, we need to roll this result. And if we fail to roll that result, then we're going to have to place a clock onto our ghost sheet. And if there's 3 of them on there, it's going to advance our time and speed things up for us. So from there, the final thing we'll do is we'll move this clue on here so that we know which clue on the board is associated with which clue up top. So that was her second action. So she has 1 more, so she could attempt this clue and see if we could solve it. It only needs 1 eye and 1 camera, so it's not super difficult. So let's go ahead and give it a try. Why not? So we'll come back down here to the dice and give them a roll. Let's see what we get. Oh, there it is. All right, so we got the eye and camera, so we were successful. So we'll go ahead and remove this clue. And that was a solve action that we did. So we'll just add that to the clue itself. And then this can be removed from the board. Okay. Each time a clue is solved, we get to add a new die to that section that we can use in later turns to do a summon, and we can even do pulls with that, which will allow us to pull the ghost towards us, which I'll explain more as we get into the game. The next thing we get to do is choose one of these evidence panels. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this one and flip it over. It's a hand, so that's one of the pieces of evidence we need for the ghost, and once we get all 4 of those pieces, then the ghost will enter into the ghost mode, and we'll also be able to conduct a seance that will be able to bring the ghost to the room where we want the ghost to go. We can only do this once per game, though. All right, so that is the end of that investigator's turn. So we're on to the next one. So our blue investigator will be the next to go. And with that investigator, I'm going to move forward one. I'll move over one. And I'm going to try to open this door down here. So each one of these doors is going to have a key icon that's going to be above it. And so with this one, we need to have 2 key symbols come up on the key dice in order to unlock that door. So we'll come down here to the key dice, and you're always going to roll 3 key dice as well as the blue dice when you're doing search actions, unless you have an ability or item or some other effect that allows you to add additional dice to these different actions. And I need 2. Oh, just 1. Okay, so that was my last action that I could do. But if I had additional actions, I could do rerolls, which would allow me to keep any keys that I already rolled and reroll the remaining dice to try to get the extra keys that I needed. So from there, then it's going to move on to my final investigator, which is the green investigator. So with that one, he is going to move 1, 2, and stop here, and he's going to go ahead and try to open this door down here. So again, he needs 2 keys, so maybe this investigator will have a little bit more luck. And he got 2 keys. So anytime we are successful, we're going to remove the door and put it off to the side. And then as a free action, because we opened the door, we get to move in for free. And that will end his turn as he moved twice and opened the door. So at this point, then we're going to go up to the clock. And it's going to move down 1. From here, then it'll move back into our investigator's turn. And this is going to continue happening until it hits the midnight hour. At that point, then a new event and the ghost will come out as well, which I'll show you in a little bit. So from here, I'm going to take a couple of turns off camera, and then I'm going to come back closer to that time so I can show you what happens that first time that the ghost comes out. Okay, so we're back after a few rounds, and our investigators are into the midnight hour. So at this point, there's a couple of additional things that are going to happen with the investigators. First off, we're going to have to reveal and resolve an environment card. So I'll go ahead and grab one of these and flip it over. See what we get here. Oh, it's a corpse. All right. So with the corpse, it says that we're going to roll 1 clue die and then place the corpse token in the corresponding room. And then based on what we roll, that's where we're going to place them. And then all the players are going to be reduced to 2 actions except for move actions until the corpse is brought to the entrance. And a player cannot choose to run with the corpse. All right, so let's find out where we're going to place them. So I'll come down here and we'll give this die a roll. And it is a eye. So the eye tells us that the corpse will be in the bed ward. So we'll go ahead and place that down here, which is going to be down in this section here. And we just so happen to have an investigator pretty close by, so he can actually start working on bringing that corpse out so our players aren't reduced in actions. From there, the second step in the turn is going to be revealing a new room where the ghost is going to come out. And it is room 8. So we will be placing the ghost into room 8, which is the bedroom, or the bathroom. And then we're also going to place a red cube in there to mark that the ghost will never appear in this room again. This will help us determine as the game goes on which rooms the ghost could potentially turn up in, as the overall goal of the game is going to be handling the ghost's card and filling in each one of these sections by completing the tasks on it by doing prove actions. And that will allow us to complete these actions. If we're able to complete all of them by the end of the game or before the last room card is revealed, then the investigators have won the game. If not, then the investigators have lost. All right, back into the investigators' turns, and we've had a couple of our investigators find some clue cards that are going to be very handy in helping our investigators. So first off, my red investigator found the flashlight, which is going to allow her once per turn to gain 1 free search action. So that's going to be really handy for her. Now remember, our investigators are down to 2 actions right now because of the corpse. So our investigator is down in storage and she's trying to complete these tasks down here. So she does have a magnifying glass that she picked up, and we have one use on it left from a previous turn. So I'm going to go ahead and spend that and bring that cube back, and then remove the magnifying glass back to the supply, and that'll give her an extra die that she can use for this action. So she is going to go after this one here with the 2 cobwebs. So we get 4 dice for this. So let's see how we do. No luck at all. So that was her free search. She still has 2 regular actions. So I'm going to go ahead and do a reroll by spending another action, which will allow me to reroll all of these dice. And there aren't any dice to save yet, as she didn't roll any cobwebs. So there's 1. So we're going to go ahead and deselect that and re-roll these other 3 for our final action. And she got the 2nd cobweb. So she gets to flip this over. And oh, and it was a timer as well. So that is bad. So we did fail it twice. So we're going to have to add 2 timers to the ghost as well. So let me get this up here. All right, so we'll add 2 of these. As we did fail that twice. Okay, so then we're going to come back down. And that is the end of her turn. So now it is going to move into our blue investigator's turn. And first off, he does want to do that investigate action so that he can try to get that token there. So we're going to do that first. We just need 1. Yes, we got 1 cobweb. So let's reveal this and see what we find. Nothing. No luck there. So we'll go ahead and drop that down here. So that was his first action. His second action, he will go ahead and move into here. And his third action, he's going to go ahead and move back because he has the corpse and we're allowed to do move actions as part of that, and otherwise he would have been out of actions at that point. All right, then I'm over to my final investigator. Now that investigator does have a clue card or a item card that lets him once per turn gain a free solve or prove action. So solve actions are going to help us resolve the clues, the typewriters that are out, and the prove actions will help us by completing the tasks on the ghost card. And since we're not in the same room as the ghost right now, he won't be able to do that. So I'm going to move back over here. So again, our investigator has a choice. He could go after this search up here, or he could do this solve action here. So he's going to go ahead and do his free solve first. And with that one, he is going to require we need an eye and 2 cobwebs. So he has had a hard time. He's been on this one for a little bit. So let's see if he can get it this time. So no cobwebs, and I'm going to go ahead and risk it and re-roll all the eyes as well. So this will be his first action. There's a cobweb and an eye, but I'm going to go ahead and risk it and roll both of these over, trying to go for that second cobweb. Oh, no luck. Okay, so he could choose to move because he still is able to do a move action for his third action, but he's going to stay there and continue working on that. So from there, then all of our investigators have gone, so this will end the turn. So the ghost will leave, and we will advance the clock again. And that is back into our investigator's turn with our red investigator going next. So she has 3 eyes down here, so she's going to go ahead and go after that one. Oh, so close. And then we'll go ahead and re-roll this. And we have it. So she'll go ahead and reveal. And it is nothing. And she cannot perform any other actions, but she can move as her third action because of the corpse. All right, back over to Blue. So Blue is going to go ahead and move. He'll move 1, 2, and 3. And bring the corpse along with him. Now, unfortunately, the corpse is heavy, so he couldn't do his run action, because anytime you do 3 move actions in a row, it allows you to move 1 additional space as a run action, but because of the corpse, he wouldn't be able to do that. So next turn, he'll get the corpse into the entrance, and then we'll be free to do all of our actions again. Okay, so back over to our green investigator. Again, he's going to go ahead and try that with his free action. No luck. And then he's got his first action, so I'm going to go again. There's the 1 web. And can we get lucky? No. All right, so he is done. So then, again, we'll advance the clock. And back over to our red investigator. So she's going to go ahead and spend her first action to gain a spyglass again, magnifying glass. So she'll add that back to her area. And she will get 3 charges on it. From there, she's going to go ahead and move out for her second action. And she'll move again for her third. Well, I think I'll stay here. So she won't be able to do anything else, as she is out of other actions that she can do at this moment. So then finally, we're going to go ahead and move into Blue. So he'll move, bringing the corpse with him, which will eliminate the corpse. So I'll go ahead and get rid of that. And now he's got 2 actions remaining. So he is going to, he'll do a run action. So he's going to move 1, 2, and since he's done all 3 of his actions as moves, he can move 1 additional space as that run action. From there, then we'll move back over to green, and green is still plugging away at that. He is going to try it again with his free action. No luck. His first action. Second action. Oh, we got 1 web and 1 eye, so I'm going to go ahead and risk it and see. Come on. Oh, it was right there. Okay, so he was not able to finish that clue again. Okay, so at this point, again, we'll advance the hour mark. And back over to our investigators. So with the red investigator, she is going to go ahead and try to open that door. So that's going to require 2 keys. Let's see. And she got it. So she's going to get to move that, and she will get to move into that room for free. And she does have the flashlight, so that lets her do a free action, a free search. So she's going to go ahead and do this one down here with the 2 cameras. So she has 1. So let's go ahead and do a re-roll for her second action and her third action. Ugh, no luck. Okay. Then it's back over to blue, so he's going to move in 1 and 2, and then he will do a search to try to reveal that one there. He just needs 1 eye, and he got it. So let's see if he found anything, and he has a special item. So we'll go ahead and reveal a special item card. Okay, let's see what we get here. And it is the radiometer. So we can have any number of special items, but each investigator is limited to just 3 regular items. So this is his first special, and let's see what this one does. So special items are 1 use only, and you can play this card at the end of the round to set the clock back half an hour. Ignore any active ghost mode or ghost hour effects. Current environment cards are still in effect. So that's nice. So if we really get into a pinch where we need a little bit of extra time, this will be a great card to have. All right. And that was his last action with that. So then it's over to green again. And green is going to keep plugging away on that clue. He really wants to finish that. So let's see if we can get lucky this time. So nothing there. That was his free action. So now he's got his regular action. His second action. No webs at all this time. Oof, he's having a rough time. Oh, he got it, I think. Let me double check. Let's go back up to the top here and make sure. But I think he might have gotten it there. He needs 2 webs and an eye. On one roll, he was able to pull it off at the end. So nice. So this is going to, again, go away. So I'll move that over. We get another die. And he gets to choose a evidence token. So I'm going to go ahead and take the one on the end here. Let's see what we get. And it's a splatter, so it is another clue that we needed. So we've got 2 out of the 4 that we've needed so far. All right, that was his last action, so that is the end of the round, and so I'll show you one more ghost phase, and then we'll take a couple rounds off camera. So again, this will move, and then we'll come up here to our ghost section. So first off, this event has been resolved, so now we're going to reveal a new event. Let's see what we have. Ooh. Claustrophobia. So players cannot occupy another player's space for 1 round. All players sharing a space must immediately move to an adjacent space following move rules, and they may pass through closed doors in this instance. So this could be potentially handy. Players may move through each other as long as their movement ends in an unoccupied space. Discard this card after everyone has taken their turn. Okay. And then we need a new room card. So let's find out where the ghost is going to come out. And it is going to be room 2. So that's going to put our ghost in the hallway back here. And we'll put our marker in there as well. Okay. From there, it'll go back into my red investigator's turn. So she's going to go ahead and try to solve that one there. See if she can get lucky. She just needs 1 eye, and there it is. So let's flip this over, and it's a clue. So we'll drop another clue in there. Our players are finding the clues. So that'll go there. Flip this, and that goes there. So that was her first action. Her second action, she will go ahead and do... I'm going to go ahead and try a pull action. This will allow me to move the ghost up to 2 spaces or through a door 1 space. So it'll let us move him into this room at least. And that way then we can try to bring him closer to some of our investigators and maybe do an action with that. In order to do this, you're going to go ahead and roll all of the white dice that you've unlocked so far. So as you unlock more, this will become easier. And we just need 1 of those symbols to come up for us to succeed in this. So let's see if we get lucky. And we did. All right, so we were able to pull the ghost 1 space closer to us because the other space has a door that's locked. So we could try to do this again as my last action with my investigator. If I'm successful, I can pull the ghost through a door, which will get him close enough to my green investigator that he could potentially do a solve action on him. The only downside to this is if we roll and we don't come up with a symbol, then the ghost will vanish for the rest of this round. But it's early in the game, so I'm going to risk it. I'm going to go ahead and try it one more time and see if we get lucky again. And we did not. Okay, so the ghost has vanished for this round. So we'll just simply move him off the board. That is the end of that investigator's turn. So we're going to move over to blue. So he is going to Does he go after this one? I think I'm going to go ahead and try it. I need 3 eyeballs for this one, so this is going to be a little trickier. Let's see if we can get it. Ooh, and he did. Wow, that was a great roll. All right, so let's see what he gets. And he found nothing. Okay, so that was his first action. He's going to go ahead and try to open this door and investigate the bathroom in there. So let me see what we find. And it's a key, so we did open it. So then again, as part of that, he gets to move in there for free. And he's got 1 action left, so let's go ahead and see if he can get the 1 cobweb to get that last clue in there. And he did. So can he find an item? It's a clue. So that's good. And so I will go up here and we'll get a clue token. That is the end of his turn. So then it's going to move over to our final investigator over here. So with that investigator, he does have this one up here that he'll go ahead and try. And he needs 2 eyes, and he has to do it in a single roll. He won't be able to re-roll and hold on to results from a previous roll. So we need 2 eyes. And no luck, so that was his first action. His second action, I'm going to go ahead and try it again, so I have to roll all of them over. And we got it. So with this one, we'll go ahead and reveal. And it's a special item. Okay, so I'll drop that down there. And let's see what he gets. All right, so let's see what he has. The secret passage. So you're going to play this card on your turn to move your character to any space on the board as a free move action, and then you're going to discard after use. So this is a great one to hold on till later in the game where you really need to get in there and do the last couple rolls against the ghost to try to unlock as much as possible. So this is a great one to be able to do that. All right, so that was his first action there. So then he'll move. Well, or he could try to open this door here, but I'm going to pass on that. I'm going to move up 1 more and get into that hallway there. Okay, so that is the end of the investigator's turns. So again, we'll move the clock. And it'll start a new round. So at this point, I'm going to take a few more turns off camera, and we'll be back to see how our investigators are doing a little bit later in the video. So our investigators have made some headway. We've found some more evidence that we're looking for. For the ghost, we're down to just 1 left that we need, and our investigators did have a fire that broke out, so we've been trying to handle the fire tokens that have been out on the map, and we have found some new items as well to help us in our investigation. So we're back into it with the red investigator to go, and she is trying to get into this door here, so she is going to need 3 keys, and she's had a rough go of it so far. She spent some time trying to unlock this, but has had no luck, so maybe this round will be it for us. And what do you know, there it is. So first off, we'll remove the door. And she gets to move in there for free. And then she is going to do an investigate action, and she needs, or a search action, she needs 3 cameras. Now she does have a new card, which is the thermal camera, and that allows her to convert either an eye to a camera or a camera to a cobweb, so that will definitely help in this. She also has a free move and a free search action now. So she spent 1 action so far to open the door. Now we're going to go ahead and do that free search action with her flashlight. All right, so no cameras yet. Now I'm going to go ahead and do a re-roll, so this will be her second action. And she might as well go 1 more. And no cameras at all cobwebs and eyes. So her turn is done. We're going to move over to the blue investigator now. He is working on this clue here. And this one needs 2 eyes, a camera, and a cobweb. So he's not going to be able to do that one. So he is going to go ahead and simply move out of there for his first action. His second action, he'll move here. Third action, he'll move out. And he's going to do a run action to complete his turn in here, as he needs to get a magnifying glass to help him out with that. From here, we're over to the green investigator to go. So the green investigator is going to move twice, so 1 and 2, and he's going to work on this one here. Now he does have a couple of new items as well. He has the EMF meter, which is going to allow him to roll an additional clue die, so he's going to get 4. And then he also has the recorder, which is going to allow him to re-roll any amount of dice for a search, solve, or prove action. So that's definitely going to help out. So he's going to go ahead and do that. We need 2 cobwebs. All right, I have 1. So now I get to do my re-roll with my EVP. And no web for that. So that is the end of his turn. So we're going to adjust the clock. And we're back into it with our investigators. So again, Red is going to start off. She's going to try to do that search action to see what we can find there. She needs 3 cameras. There's 2, and she can convert the eye to the 3rd camera. So she has everything she needs now. So let's find out what this is. And it is an item. So this will be her 4th item. So she can only carry 3. So she's going to have to choose one to drop. Oh, she's found the bag. So this is the investigator bag. This person may hold a 4th item, excluding this bag, and a 2nd magnifying glass. Once per turn, I can gain a free pickup, take, give, or exchange action. So that's going to be helpful for her. So she's going to go ahead and add that right on over there. And so that was her first action, or her free action that she had. So then she's going to do her free move action to move out. And she might as well do another action to try to open this door, as there's a couple more items up here. Or, you know what? Let's go ahead and try a summon action. As our players have been working their way through, let me show you how that works now. As we've got a good number of clue dice, this might work. So in order to do this, we have to spend an action. So this will be her first action. So she's going to go ahead and do that. And let's see if we get a result. We did. So we have Summons the Ghost. So what happens then is we reveal a new room, and the ghost will go in there just like normal. And it is room 1. So the ghost will go right into this room where she was. She will place a cube in there as normal. Now, the important thing with this, and the one thing I haven't pointed out yet, now each ghost has a ability. With this one, when the child ghost appears, it's going to close all adjacent doors that in its appeared space. And then each ghost also has a lingering effect. With this one, players must first satisfy all the 4 eye icons, which are these ones up here in this top section. So you have to do all of these first before we work on any other ones. Now, the one important thing is that the Ghost Hour ability does not trigger with a summon action. So we are okay with that, and the ghost will not close this door again. So then with my investigator, I'm going to move back into that room. So that is going to be my 2nd action now. So I have 1 action remaining. So I am going to try to do a solve action to work on that ghost. So I'm going to try and go for one of those eyes. Oh, I got to do a roll, and let's see what we get here. And an eye came up. So I get to place a marker up there. So let's go ahead and take care of that without grabbing the card. Okay, so then I'll go ahead and drop a blue cube in there into one of those sections to mark that we have completed that. So we are slowly on our way to proving the ghost exists. Just 1, but every little bit helps. Okay, so then it is over to my blue investigator. So he is going to go ahead and grab one of those magnifying glasses as his first action. So that was his first. So as his 2nd action, he is going to move. and move again, as he's going to go and try to work on this last clue over here. Finally, over with the green investigator, they're going to spend 2 actions to move. So I'll move up here. And then I do have that free solve, so I'm going to go ahead and try that. I'm going to go for one of those eyes, as that's a requirement. We just need one eye, and we got it. So we have completed our second solve now. Okay. I have 1 action remaining, plus anything else. Oh, and I forgot that I got the extra die with him as well. So I get to roll all 4 for this. And we need another eye. And we have it. So now we get to add another cube. So we have almost met all of the lingering effect conditions for the ghost. And then we can actually start working on some of the more difficult ones. Okay. So at this point, that is all his actions. So again, the ghost is going to leave at the end of the round. So we'll remove him and discard this room card. Now, the important thing is if we would not have been able to roll one of those icons on the white dice, with that summon action, we would still spend the action, and then we'd have to discard a room face down without revealing it from the board. So it is still going to take time away from us, and we won't even know which room is part of that. One other thing to point out with that is at the beginning of the game, based on the number of investigators that are playing, you're also going to discard a number of rooms face down that you will not know. So the ghost will not show up in every room, and so that is part of the mystery, is figuring out which rooms the ghost will potentially pop into. Okay, back over to red to go. So we know the ghost isn't going to go here. So now she is going to go ahead and move as part of her free action with her boots. Then she's going to go ahead and try to open that door. So she needs 3 keys. This is her first action. She's got 2, so she just needs 1 more. So this is her second action as a reroll. Come on, key. Oh, and her third. Can she get it? Oh, no. Okay. Then it is over to blue, so he's going to move 1, 2, and then he is going to try for that. He has to spend a clue token, or does he want to? He's only going to have 1 action with no reroll attempts. I think I'm going to hold off. I think I'll wait until next turn for that. Yeah, because that's going to be a little more challenging for him. So he's just going to hold off there. And then it's over to the green investigator. So with the green, he is going to move 1, 2, and then he will try for the double spider webs. So again, I get my 2, or my 4, and I'm going to roll. This is my third action, but I do have 1 free reroll. Okay, I got 1. So now, let's see if I can get the second cobweb. Oh, so close. All right, so that is it for the investigators. So again, we will advance the clock. Maybe. Nope, wrong way. There we go. Oh, too far. Okay, now it is back over here. We still have an event that's going on, so let's see what the new one is. Okay, and with this one, it is going to say, this is false evidence. We have to place discarded clue search tokens face up on all unsolved clue tokens on the board. Players must use the search action on the game board icons to rediscover this clue. All right, so I have to come back down here, and we do have 1 that's there, so I'm going to go ahead and fish out 1 of these clue tokens and place it back on this thing here. So we have to again reveal that. So let me move that off to the side so we can see what those icons are. So I have to redo that one. So my blue investigator is going to have a little bit more work cut out for him. All right, and then we have to figure out which room the ghost is going to come out in. So we have room 7. Okay, so this will be discarded as well. Let's put this one back up here. So room 7 is still fairly close to where we are, so this might work out in our favor. Okay, so this ghost is going to drop in there. That door was open, so it is going to close again. as part of the ghost's abilities. And then it is back into our turn as the investigators. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and go with the red investigator, and she is going to go ahead and do a pull action to try to get that ghost to come out of that door. Let's see if we get lucky here. Come on. We just need one symbol. Oh, no. So the ghost has vanished. We still have to place that red token in there. I almost forgot. All right, so the ghost is gone. Unfortunately, that would have been really great, but did not work out. So that was her first action. Her second action, she's going to go ahead and try for those keys again. She needs 3 keys to open that door. We've had a hard time with this. Maybe she'll get lucky again like last time. No luck there. We have 1, so let's try again. This is her third action, and she's got 2, and no re-rolls. So her turn is done. Over to blue, so he is going to go after that. He needs an eye and 2 cameras. We have an eye, we have no cameras, so let's go ahead and I'm going to roll all of them over again. So this is his second action. We have 1 camera and an eye, so let's do this for his third. And does he get a camera? Oh, so close. Okay, and finally over to green. Green is going to go ahead and try again for that search, and we still need the 2 webs, and we got it. So at least green was successful this round. And he found nothing. Okay, well, took care of that. So then we'll get rid of this token. All right, so that was his first action. His second action, he will try to open that door there. So I need 2 keys. And he got them. So now we get to move that door and move in for free. And then we're going to go ahead and try to get that search token as well. And we definitely got that one, no problem. And it is a clue. All right. Okay, so we'll bring that one down. All right. Now, when we have revealed the 7th clue, or we have found all 4 of the pieces of evidence we need, the ghost is going to enter into a final mode where each round, instead of just on 0 hour or on midnight, the ghost will come out each round. So the game is going to pick up speed quite dramatically now from this point on. I do have to check this card again one more time just to see. So if the ghost mode is active when this card is drawn, the ghost mode remains active. Okay, so it was not active when the card was pulled. So at this point, we do not enter ghost mode yet because we still need this 1 clue. So as soon as this one gets revealed again, then that'll trigger. Okay, that'll be it for the round. So then we're going to advance the time. And it's back over to red. So she's up there again. Let's go ahead and keep working on that set of doors. Let's see if we get lucky here. All right, so I have 2. I just need 1 more. There it is. All right, so we have opened that door. She's going to go in. And I will try my free search. I need how many webs? I need 2 webs up there, so I'm going to go for that one. So she's going to get her 3. This is her free search. She's got 1 so far. Let's go with my last action. And I can convert one of those cameras to a web with my item, the thermal camera. So I get to flip this over. And it's an item, so let's see what she finds. All right. This is the last item. So she has the skeleton key. So this one is once per turn, reroll any amount of key dice during an unlock action. Okay, so she's going to put that up there. And the only reason she can hold that is because of the investigator bag. Okay, so that's all she is going to be able to do. So then we'll go with the blue investigator. So he is going to keep working on this. He needs an eye and 2 cameras. He could spend a clue, or he could spend a... no, I don't think so. Let's just do a regular roll. Okay, so he got the eye, but he does not have any cameras yet, so I'm going to just re-roll all of these. Hopefully it'll pay off. 3 cameras, okay, so now we just need an eye. There it is. Okay, so now that clue is again off. And the next turn he can start working on that clue. But at this point now, again, ghost mode is active. So during all the next rounds, the ghost will be revealed during each round now. Back over to green. He is going to try to solve that clue. So that one is in here. And with that one, it is a timed one, so that could be bad for us. He needs an eye, a camera, and a web. I think I'm going to hold off on that. That one, I don't know if I definitely don't want to do that right now, as we already have 2 of the clocks on there. A third one would cause some problems. So instead, let's go ahead and move. I will move, go 1, 2, 3. Try to get him in hopefully a decent area. Since there's a lot of spots around here that are open that ghost could potentially pop into. All right, that is it for the investigators for this round. So I'm going to go ahead and advance again. All right, so at this point, again, the ghost is going to come out during these effects, so this will go away. We've resolved that. So the ghost is going to show up in room 18. So go ahead and drop that in there. So that's going to be down here in this toilet room, I think. No, the storage room. Yes. Okay, and then the ghost will close that door in there. So we'll close that. And we do have one investigator that is close to the office, so we could do a pull action to bring that one in there. I don't know if I want to do that, though. All right, so over to red. She has got 3 cameras she's going for. And she got 2 of them, so that was her free search. This is her first action. She'll actually, instead of doing that, she had the eye. I'm just going to go ahead and convert with that other thermal camera that I had. So she's just going to go ahead and flip this over and reveal it. So it's nothing. She was not useful. All right. So she's going to move. I'm going to go 1, 2, and I'll go 3 here. All right, and then this investigator, now he is going to spend that one of those, so he can roll 4 dice, and he is going to work on clue number 5. So I need 2 eyes, a camera, and a spider web. 2 eyes, a camera, and a spider web. All right. So let's see if he gets lucky here. That's a lot of eyes. I'm going to go ahead and just re-roll everything. So this is his second action now. And I got a camera. So let's see. All cameras. So no luck on his part. And then finally with green, I'm going to go ahead and move 2 into here, and I'm going to also get a magnifying glass. Okay, so at this point I'm going to take a few more rounds off camera, and we'll be back to see how our investigators are doing at the end of the game. So our investigators have been slowly closing in on the ghost, and we're ready to hopefully try to finish it off here, or pretty close to it. So the next thing I want to show you is a seance, and this can only be done once per game, and this is a very special ability only if you have the 4 clue tokens that match the ghost that you're going after. So in order to do this, you simply say that you're going to do this at the beginning of the round, and it does not take an action, and the ghost is placed into your space. You do not reveal a room card, and the ghost does not trigger any of its abilities, and then you move straight into the player's turns. Now, another important thing I want to point out, which I don't know if I've covered yet, is when an investigator is in the same room as another investigator when doing solve actions, the investigators will gain an additional clue die, up to a maximum of 5 clue dice, which will be the ones that are included in the game. You won't be able to add any more any other way. So from there, I'm going to go ahead and move into the red player's turn, and I think I will start off with going after, let's do the eye and camera. So she's going to get to roll 4 dice now as she's in the same room with the green investigator. And I need an eye and camera. So let's see if I can get it here. I have an eye and camera. All right, so I get to cover up that one. And then that was her first action, so she's going to go again. And I will go after the eye and 2 cameras over here. Eye and 2 cameras. All right. So far our turn is going very well. So again, I will cover that up. And then, let me see, I could go after the 2 cameras and push my luck and see if I can get it without triggering that ability. So I think that's what I'll do. I will go after that. So I'm going to do 2 cameras. This is her third action. So she just needs 1 camera and an eye, as I have that thermal camera that can convert 1. And no luck. Okay, so that will advance and trigger that effect. So we'll drop those on there and advance the hour, the clock. So unfortunately it'll be ghost hour next time, as it'll be midnight. And that is the end of her turn, as she has spent all 3 of her actions. So then it's over to the blue investigator. So he is going to move in as his first action. His second action, he will go ahead and go after the ghost. He is also going to go after that same one. So he's going to try to do the 2 cameras. As he has the watch, he's going to negate those effects. So that's going to help him with that. So he'll try for the 2 cameras. So this is his second action. We got 1, so I'm going to go ahead and do a re-roll to see if I can get that second camera. And there it is. Okay, so we get to cover that one up now. And then it'll be over to my final investigator, who has 4 clue dice already. So he's going to get the 5th clue die, as he is in the space with investigators. And you only get 1 additional clue die no matter how many investigators are in there, but he does have the EMF meter, so that's also going to get him that extra 1 as well. All right, so he gets his free solve check. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to go after the most difficult one with him, the 3 eyes and 2 cameras. So let's see if we can get this. This is his first roll. This is his free one with his optic camera. And we've got 2 eyes and 2 cameras, so we just need 1 more eye to do this. So we get a free reroll with his other item that he has. And there it is. So we haven't even spent any of our actions yet, and we were able to get out of there with that really hard one. Okay, so then let's do the 2 eyes and a camera. All right. 2 eyes and a camera. Come on. There it is. Okay. So we'll do that. That's his first action. And then I might as well go after the 3 eyes next and leave that last one. Or actually, I think I'll do that. So 2 cameras and an eye. This is his second action. So let's see if he can get it. 2 cameras and an eye. 2 cameras and an eye. All right. So that'll take care of that one. He's got 1 action left, and there's only 1 left. So can he get 3 eyes with 1 roll? Let's see here. This is it. He got it. That is the game. Our investigators have been able to find all of the clues, all the evidence that they needed to prove the existence of the child ghost. So I hope you found that video helpful. As always, if you have any questions or comments, leave those in the comments section below and I'll do my best to answer them. Or swing by the Kickstarter's main page and drop any questions you have there as well. I'm sure the creator would love to hear from you and is more than happy to answer any questions you have. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my videos and leave me feedback on them. I do really appreciate it, and I take into account everything you say to make the best possible videos. And until next time, I'll see you later.